It's October. Where's Dad?
I don't know. Why don't you?
Alright, Diablo sauce, I'm ready.
Oh yeah, I love Taco Bell. Dive right in. Oh. Wait, is it the 13 days of Halloween already? It is! Well, I'd like to welcome you all back for another spooktacular marathon. And, just so happens, I came prepared. And apparently I've got food. So while I enjoy this, why don't you enjoy night 1 of the 13 days of Halloween? The Call of Autumn, Part 1, Dusk. I love Halloween, Harold said as he tossed 2 bags of nougat-filled chocolate bars into his shopping cart, and as he passed through the store, looking at all the cheap costumes of witches, vampires, mummies, and werewolves, he pondered the history of the holiday and all the legends behind it. The Celts celebrated Samhain. People would dress up in order to ward off evil spirits. Harold always loved the idea of dressing up for Halloween. Ever since he was a young child, he always loved dressing up and being anything that he wanted. It allowed him to escape and pretend to be someone else for a while. The custom of carving a pumpkin comes from a legend where a turnip is carved into a lantern that held a burning coal from hell to light the way of a doomed soul. It is said that if you disrespect the spirits, or even Halloween itself, you will join them in eternal damnation, wandering the earth, forever searching for a way to escape your torment. Move on, or return to the living. Giving out candy is a relatively new tradition, however. In the decades following the First World War, American parents wanted to find a way to keep their kids out of trouble, and so they came up with a plan to replace tricks with treats, and start giving them out to children celebrating on Halloween, and thus, trick-or-treating was born. But, as with any good thing, there's always someone that has to ruin it. As Harold piled his groceries into the back of his van, he thought further on all the myths of Halloween. The myth of poison Halloween candy possibly started in 1959 when a dentist in California gave candy-coated laxatives to children as a prank. He was charged with outrage of public decency and unlawful dispensing of drugs. Another man gave out ant poison to teenagers as a joke, but it was made clear that it was a joke and no one was really hurt. The satanic prank of the 1980s didn't help things either. People believed devil worshippers were poisoning children and slipping razor blades into apples, but in reality, there weren't any real cases of poisoned candy or razor blades in apples or candy bars or anything like that. I wonder what kind of monster would do that, he thought as he pulled into his driveway. I could never do anything like that, he mumbled to himself, disturbed by the thought. He carried his groceries into his home and put them away to prepare for the night ahead. I could never do anything like that. Harold repeated the words he said as he slipped on a monstrous-looking mask. But on just one night a year, you can be someone else, he then added, holding up a syringe filled with a strange liquid. Harold placed the syringe against the wrapper and inserted the needle into the first candy bar he intended to hand out. And right on time, as if on cue, a knock landed upon his door. "Hey there, little one. Happy Halloween," Harold said, as he gleefully answered the door. The small child simply stood there, eager for candy. A lone little boy stood at his doorstep, a plastic pumpkin mask covering his face. His orange shirt had a matching jack-o'-lantern logo, and his pants were green, like the vines of a pumpkin. He didn't say anything. He just simply stood there with his arms outstretched, burlap sack open to receive his treats that were provided. Harold felt uncomfortable. He hesitated and thought twice. And besides the obvious, something felt wrong. But in the end, he decided to give in and drop the candy into the bag. He went to close his door, expecting the child to leave, but instead, the boy just stood there, arms still outstretched, bag open. Harold then watched in horror as the mask began to bubble and melt away to reveal the decayed child's skull beneath, chattering, cackling teeth and hollow, dark holes for eyes. And before the fear could give Harold a chance to react, the creature was upon him, and his door closed behind it. Well, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in our first step to this 13-day bloodbath. And don't forget to tune back in tomorrow. And remember, this was only part 1. Doughboy420 has written us a 4-part series to be premiered throughout the 13-day marathon. Spook you later. Social media can be very unpredictable, especially regarding horror content. If this content gets removed, all new content will be simultaneously presented on various websites provided in the description to this video. Make sure to follow me in other digital spaces so that you never miss out on the terror. Also, if you like this video, make sure to leave a comment and hit the like button. It helps the channel a lot. If you're new to the channel and you enjoy what's here, consider hitting that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you never miss an upload. Writing is a dream of mine, and it's all of you that make that dream come true.